the idea of the new redesign of the area. Basically, you're aware that you have subsidence in all your buildings. Is that correct?
No, that's what you said.
Well, we will come to that in a second. We've got the subsidence in the bakers. Cracks are appearing, significant issues. Structural issues. The hairdressers, particularly on the right side, on the stations, is crumbling. The cafe, there are serious issues at the back of the cafe.
Those cracks have been there for years.
Well, like slamming the doors.
Can we just sort of set up if I can do my presentation, I'll just answer questions after that. So we've got the baker's issue, there's the garage. The hydraulic systems are failing due to subsidence.
There's all sorts of issues, Brian, and frankly businesses aren't fit to be open anyway, as we've seen for inspections.
Yes, in the report that I got from an Alan Young, he went down with significant health and safety. Well, I just read the report, madam, and basically what he was saying is there was risk assessment issues in the garage. COSH regulations have failed in the hairdressers. There were serious hygiene issues in the hotel and in the cafe. Significant issues that went to planning, and yeah. So basically, this is the redesign of where we're going. What we have here, if you take your area here, is major subsidence. So what we intend to do is to kind of remove all of that, take that away, kind of all of that. Yeah. Basically, we're going to clear the area here. Subsidence. And what our intention is to move you into these really nice flats. They're really good. They're really good. Get rid of all that. Just remove all of that. We don't need that. Okay, so here we go.
Is it just me or does nobody think this is like...
Well, I'll take questions in a second. So basically, you're here with the railway and the motorway coming through. We will then move you into the stinky flats. Sorry, into the flats.
Railway and flats.
I didn't say that. Stevenson's. I didn't say Sting. I'm sorry.
And a railway and a motorway?
No, I didn't say. I didn't say
There's no
that.
mention of a motorway in
Well, I didn't say that. I actually said railway. I didn't mention motorway, and I certainly would not say the word stinky flat. It's Stevens flats. Stevens flats.
Yeah, Stinky Stephen now, is it?
No, these flats are okay. The issue is, well, they're all right. I mean, here is the centre of the town. The flats are slightly outside the centre of the town. They're 8 miles outside the centre.
What, 8? Oh, that's slight. Yeah. Oh, that's easy. We can go 8 miles, can't we?
Look, so with all due respect, I will take questions at the end. Can you just hear me out, please? Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have a bus service from the flats, and we're going to move. Basically, and we will run this bus service, but there is a cost involved. There is a cost. So the cost is, I think it's $4.50 a day.
$4.50?
Well,
For a bus?
Well,
8 miles?
in terms of the
Or a
cost,
stinking flat.
I never said stinky flats.
How much money are you actually going to give us for our properties and our land? Because we've lived here for generations after generations after generations. Most of us have had our houses handed down to us from our parents and grandparents. What are you going to do to replace that kind of history for us?
It's not about, as I said, you have this concept of history. It's not really about history, is it?
Oh, it is about
It's
history.
about moving on, but it's also about your health, safety and well-being of your community.
Okay, well, we've lived in this community, our families have lived in this this
I never
community
said the
for
word
years.
school
There was no cancer here, there was no illnesses here, there was nothing. So where are you basing this information on? What are you basing on? What tests have you done? What environmental tests have you done? Where's the paperwork?
I will come to that in a second. Let me just hear me out. Just getting back to the
I
flats.
think we've heard enough about stinky flats.
Well, you
what I'd
haven't-
like to know is
No, I just
where
need to
is
tell
your
you about-
legal proof that you are able to do this? I've seen nothing.
Well, there's two other issues I
legal.
just need to
And
before I
according
pass
to
you
the
on.
law, this is absolutely illegal.
Well, that's your.
No, it's the opinion when I
comes to
check it out.
Well, that's your point of view. But if I can just slightly move on, the two issues that I've got just with the flats is this: there is an issue about pets. So, is there anyone got pets here?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, what we've done is we've talked to Wilson's veterinary practice, which is around here, just outside the town. We've given them. We'll be giving you tokens. They're £5 each. The tokens. If you take your pet next Wednesday, you can have the pet humanely destroyed.
It really is a joke.
It's not a joke because we
Wow.
can't.
It is.
I can't do that to my dog.
Look,
That's murder.
murder. You
Yeah,
make a
it
choice
is.
in
Killing
terms
an
of-
animal.
The last thing I need to say as well is there are certain issues about access and egress into the flats. So what we've decided to do is 4 miles outside this sheltered housing accommodation for anyone who is, slightly of an older disposition for access. I'm sorry they're not going to be able
So
to...
you're now discriminating against other people
No, I'm not
who are old and infirm. And we've lived in this community, we've supported each
With
other.
all due respect, I'm not discriminating against anyone. I vehemently defend my... Under the Equalities
You're being
Act,
ageist.
under the Equalities Act, I've given key access points for anyone who is unable to go to those flats because of the
But
use
surely
of
you're
the...
obliged to replace like for like.
No, I'm not obliged to do anything like that. I'm sorry, madam.
Yeah, well, we're not.
But we're not
Well,
obliged
I
to do
think
this
it's such
either.
a realism here. High Speed Rail 2 is a multi-million-pound government-sponsored project. We have an army of lawyers working on this. There is no way that this community is going to stop it. Let's be realistic about that. We also have no obligation to be offering you this rather generous compensation package.
Generous.
And I tell you this, and you'll appreciate this in the current financial climate, this offer will not stay on the table very long. It's just as goodwill of the government that this is being made available to you.
So what you're telling me-
So you either accept this now with
Or
the
what?
compensation, or lose anyway and move out without the compensation, because this is going to happen.
It
So
will not
for
happen.
you,
It will not
my
happen.
advice is very, very strong. Take this offer while it's on the table, because if you don't take it now, you'll lose it.
So would you let somebody knock down your house, run a motorway and a railway through it, kill your animals?
I would see the opportunity to take that compensation package to create a new home for my family and to get out of this area.
That's because
This
you.
subsidence, there's genuine structural damage in these houses,
Where's the
and the
proof of
businesses
that?
are genuinely unfit
Where is
for
the proof of the
purpose.
Where's
subsidence?
the government shuts
we've
the
filed-
mines,
we've
then
filed-
it shuts the
We're
village.
files of legal documents. Look, let's cut to the
You need
chase.
to show
This
them.
offer's on the table now. We'll come back here for your decision in 5 minutes' time. You can take this money now. You can take this money now while it's on offer, or you
What's the
can
council's
see
word on
how long it stays
I
on the
want to know
table.
what the council think.
You've got 5 minutes, okay? It's a decision you're going to have
It's
to make.
illegal. Don't even worry about what these
Have a
jokers
talk
say.
about it. Have a
They're
talk about
jokers.
it.
They are jokers. They know nothing.
Oh,
The
wait.
European Human Rights Court would throw it out.
Well, our barristers, our legal team feels that we have got a very
Jokers.
absolutely...
The case is watertight, Brian. The case is absolutely
case
watertight
is
as you know.
watertight.
Planning a house for profit and loss in terms of
The case is... Look, you can have all the discussions you want about equality, about whatever you want to do as a community. We are telling you this. The government is putting through this high-speed rail link. You can go through Europe, you can do whatever you want, but the government is going to do this. So you've got a choice. You either, as my colleague has said, the choice is this. You either take the flats and some form of compensation. We would be able to give you a slight, up to maybe 7,000 to 8,000. That's
Well, how about the really
It's
important
very
stuff?
generous and it's not required and it won't be on the table very long.
How about the really important stuff? 7, 8 grand, okay, that's all well and good, but
It's
what
not.
I'm really interested in is my livelihood, been able to feed my family. I don't mind really. If my building was subsiding, fine. You know, if I've got to move against my will, fine. I take it you've got lawyers, you've got all the big shot suits and everything else. I haven't got that, so I take your word for it. I may do. But what I really want is the assurance that I've got a job. If you've got to build these new things and these things, can you promise me as part of my compensation that you're going to employ me and give me the chance
Why
to
don't
actually
you
fend
come
for
back to
myself?
us with a better offer?
Compensation
We'll give you
is
5
financial
minutes.
and it is
We'll give you 5 minutes.
give you enough time to make a fresh start. And it's a good enough.
I want a
as
running
you're
start.
allowed to
I don't
get.
want a standing still start, which is what you're offering me. I want a running start so that I can pick up where I left off.
Look, I'm making it absolutely crystal clear to you as a community. We've made our point. You've got 5 minutes to make
I
your
think
decision.
we've made our point. But
Well,
it's
you
not
can
happening.
do it. That's
Hold
up
on,
to
hold
you.
on.
Is there a
You've got a
bakery
choice.
in the
Hold on,
place?
I'll take
Choice.
3 teas and a coffee in a cafe.
Come on, man, that's what you do.
Come back to the cafe, guys. Come back to the cafe. Come on.
Bye.
Come to the cafe. We'll have a cup of tea. Come on. What are we going to do? Have a cup of tea? What's tea? What's coffee?